All right. Well, welcome and thank you for being online for today's support group. Today's topic is weight regain after weight loss surgery. And my name is Meredith Fusen Hill. I'm your registered dietitian nutritionist here at the Weight Management Center. So today I want to talk about how to get back on track, how to actually get back on track with your diet. For many reasons, real life happens and we get off track with your diet, whether it's stress. Lately, people will complain of the COVID-19, you know, meaning weight, they've gained the COVID-19 or the quarantine 15, whatever amount of weight regain, coming from stress, returning to old habits. Old habits are very sneaky. They start little by little and they creep their way back into your life and can end up sabotaging your weight loss efforts. So, got to be on guard about that. Snacking, certain snacks that aren't high enough in protein or fiber can lead to weight regain. A lack of planning, just being confused about not knowing what to eat. Um, if you're just unsure if you can eat something or not, um, will help you get back on track. I like to keep it really simple and help you know how you can realistically choose foods no matter what your setting or situation. And emotional eating, uh, a variety of reasons, whether you're bored, or you're, again, stressed, you're lonely, sad. But if you're eating because of an emotion, head hunger versus true physical hunger, then it qualifies as emotional eating. So I think that no matter what it is, we need to get started off with accepting that you're human and no one is perfect. Okay, you need to forgive yourself because life happens. You can't go back and change the past. It doesn't matter really why you got there, except that you want to learn from it. Okay, I like this quote that Marilyn says. She says, let your slips teach you, not defeat you. So I think that's really good. Let your slips teach you, not defeat you. So number one, I think the first step is getting back to basics. So building this strong foundation. These I see as key. So eating 3 small meals a day of protein and vegetables. So that's like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And getting 1 to 2 protein supplements in a day as your snacks. So ideally it'd be a liquid protein supplement, one that's between 20 and 30 grams of protein per serving and less than 6 grams of sugar. Drinking that in under 30 minutes is going to be a high protein snack that helps keep you on track. Drinking 64 ounces, at least 64 ounces of non-caffeinated, non-carbonated, sugar-free fluids. So plain water is of course best, but any sugar-free fluid like Crystal Light, Gatorade Zero, things like that are okay. Getting 30 minutes of intentional walking for exercise every day. So movement, movement, movement. You have to be active. Activity is really about 20 to 30% of the weight loss equation. So, of course, everybody's at a different ability level. So doing what you can do, modified exercise if needed, but aiming, for the recommendation is 150 minutes of moderate intensity cardio every week. Okay, so however you divide that up, we're getting 30 minutes of walking in. Okay, you don't need to join a gym. You can work out at home. Even for the 2 to 3 times a week of the strength training, you can do that at home too, using resistance bands. So you can get yourself some resistance bands at Walmart, Amazon, wherever. Set of resistance bands won't cost you more than 10, 15 bucks. And you can use those for strength training exercises, working all your major muscle groups of the body. Doing those 2 to 3 times a week. And if you need guidance on all the different kinds of exercises you can do with those resistance bands, go to YouTube, Google, or, do a search in YouTube for resistance bands exercises. And try out a variety of different trainers and instructors and find what works for you in your ability. And then again, it is important to follow the 10-20-30 rule when it comes to what, you eat and drink. So separating your food and your fluids, spacing it out. So as a reminder, that's 10 minutes before you eat, stop drinking. Aim to take about 20 minutes to eat your food. So just slowing down, taking smaller bites, chewing everything until it's like pureed consistency or applesauce consistency in your mouth. Then when you're done eating that meal, look at what time it is and wait for 30 minutes before you start sipping on your fluids again. Okay? Give your body time for proper digestion. So now what can you do? All right, number one, I think step one is be honest. Get real with yourself. That's the only way you're going to make progress. So really take an honest inventory of, your dietary intake and your behaviors. Clean house. That can be literally and figuratively. So kind of going through your refrigerator and your pantry and wherever you stash food, cleaning it out. If it's not on your list of foods that are gonna help you lose weight, get rid of them. You can toss them out or donate them, give them away to friends and family, just out of sight, out of mind, right? You can set timers to go off. Set timers in your phone. This could be, you set it in your calendar, or like we were just talking, you can ask Siri, remind me to drink my fluids, remind me to drink water, remind me about breakfast time, to get your exercise in, even set a timer to go to bed. Getting plenty of sleep does contribute to helping you lose weight. Fix those broken behavior chains. So a behavior chain is it's when one behavior leads to another. Okay, so if you skip breakfast and you take this route to work, you're going to stop at McDonald's. Well, fix that behavior chain. You can, if you're going to skip breakfast, take a different route to work so you don't pass McDonald's, or even go a step further back in that chain and eat breakfast. That way, when you drive past McDonald's, you're not tempted because you feel satisfied. Or another example is missing your exercise, right? You're not exercising. You can set yourself up for success by, getting your walking shoes and your t-shirt and shorts out to go on a walk. You have it laid out there. When you see that in your room, your workout shirt and clothes and your shoes, it's going to make you think of going on a walk. So get that out there, get it ready. So those behavior chains. Tracking your food. This works for a lot of people and it doesn't work for some people. But tracking your food one way or another, whether it's paper and pen, good old fashioned, just writing it down or logging it into an app like Lose It or Bariatric. But keeping track of what you eat can help you stay on track. It's almost like uh, accountability. Do you want to log that little bag of chips? No, so you're not going to eat it. So just a rough estimate of what you eat and drink in a day, tracking your food. Identify an accountability partner. So talk to someone, whether it's a family or friend, uh, a coworker, somebody else that you've met that's had weight loss surgery. Get with somebody that you can talk with, so you can celebrate your wins, those non-scale victories, and also talk to when you're struggling, when you're having some harder days. But that accountability partner, the goal is to help get you back on track as soon as possible. And then you can check yourself. So these are some things I found, uh, with when it comes to weight regain. I find that slider foods have crept back in as snacks. So slider foods are known in the bariatric community as foods that are just rapidly digested. They go through your system quickly, and they don't leave you feeling very satisfied, and you can eat quite a bit of them. So this is like popcorn. Popcorn's a slider food. Chips and crackers, pretzels, anything, like I said, that you kind of can eat a lot of, and they're going to have an impact on your blood sugar. You want to get rid of those slider foods. We encourage fiber and protein because those take longer to digest. So they're going to sit with you longer and help your stomach be able to send that hormone signal to your brain that you're satisfied. Sugary drinks. So if you're drinking anything with sugar in it, that is one of the most damaging things you can put in your body. Because it's liquid sugar. Your body doesn't even have to work hard to break it down. What it doesn't, use up immediately for energy gets stored very easily as fat. So sodas, juice, um, even if it's 100% fresh squeezed, if it's juice, it's juice. You can eat the orange, but don't drink the juice. Um, Double check your, let's see, vitamin water. Vitamin water and vitamin water zero look very similar. So make sure it's the zero sugar option. Alcohol. Alcohol is really something, with the sleeve, it's recommended to avoid it for at least the first year after surgery. And with the other procedures, it's really recommended to avoid alcohol for life. Okay. After having weight loss surgery, the risk of having, an addiction transfer from food to alcohol is twice as great. So some people will substitute food with alcohol, and that's not a healthy behavior. Plus, alcohol is metabolized differently in your body. One drink can feel more like 3 or 4 drinks, so we want to avoid that for safety. The alcohol itself, not even the sugar and the calories, what it might be mixed with, but the alcohol itself provides 7 calories per gram. And this, it can slow down your metabolism by up to 70% for the following 24 hours after one drink. So avoiding alcohol as much as possible is recommended, especially when you're getting back on track. Exercise, again, I find that piece is missing in a lot of people who are struggling with either a weight plateau or regain. We need to add back in that exercise piece. And then sleep, often overlooked. Very important to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. A few additional things you can do. Consider Bariatric Advantage makes a probiotic called Floravantage Control, and it's a probiotic strain that's been studied to help with weight management. So consider adding that in. You can get that on bariatricadvantage.com. It's just one a day. Engage in a fun new activity. You know, if you're bored with your exercise routine, change it up. Add in a different type of yoga, you know, or you could start going on bike rides, or join a Zumba class. You know, there's lots of different ways to build activity. And the best activity is one you're going to enjoy because you're going to actually do it. You can use a fitness tracker. These are very popular. So from the Fitbits to Apple Watches, whatever brand it is, but it's a great motivational tool to help you get your activity in. So it'll track how many minutes a day, you know, you get your heart rate up to that, you know, the fat burning zone. It will track your steps. It's great, a great motivational tool. And remember, you're aiming for the ultimate golden goal is 10,000 steps a day. Doing weekly weigh-ins. So if you're weighing yourself every day, and you're finding yourself discouraged, I would steer you away from that. Weighing yourself once a week, I think a Wednesday morning is a great time. It's middle of the week. It's not right before the weekend or right after the weekend, but a Wednesday morning, weigh yourself, take note of it somewhere, log it, write it down, and then put the scale away. Okay, this is going to help you track your weight, see how your weight is trending over time. Okay, it's going to give you a better reading of what your weight is really doing, because everybody's weight's going to fluctuate a little bit day to day. But once a week is enough to not get stressed out over the fluctuations, but enough to keep you accountable. A body composition analysis scale is another good thing, especially once you do start adding in exercise, you know, and you start building muscle, which is very beneficial. The more muscle you have on your frame, the higher your metabolic rate is going to be. So this body composition analysis scale will show you your percentage of body fat, the percentage of muscle. It'll help you gauge that. So as you're building muscle, remember muscle weighs more than fat, and you don't notice the scale budging, and you might ask yourself, well, why bother exercising? I'm not losing weight. But you would be able to see here that you're gaining muscle. So you are doing a body good. Okay. And then tracking your food. So again, logging your food, keeping a food journal, tracking, you know, just how closely are you getting to the back to basics, the protein and vegetables for your meals, you know, tracking, are you getting 64 ounces of sugar-free fluids a day? You know, those kind of things, not necessarily calories. I don't encourage calorie counting, because what it really comes down to is what are those calories made of? So, you know, again, the right kinds of food, the right number of times a day, and in the appropriate portion size for where you're at after surgery. And again, regular participation in support groups is highly encouraged. Join in, be a part of the community. This is an opportunity. You have 3 opportunities every month, at no extra cost to you to kind of get plugged in, either speak with me or Marilyn, the behavioral nurse. Here you can see the groups that are offered, and we are offering one in-person group a month now. We're going to try this out and see how long we can keep it going. But the first Tuesday of every month from 12:30 to 1:30 here in the Weight Management Center lobby, Marilyn and I will both be there for the in-person group. And then her online group is later that evening from 5 to 6. And then this online group here, my monthly, every third Thursday of the month, 12:30 to 1. So come check in, use your lunch break to kind of check in with me. Plugged in that way. And then last but not least, remember your why. I think really remembering why you got started in the first place is going to help you, what really kicks it into gear and helps you start over. So you can have all this knowledge about what you need to do, but until it reaches an emotional, connection to you, and why are you wanting to do this? Why are you wanting to get back on track? Why do you want to be a healthy weight? Get specific with yourself. And don't forget why you started. You've come so far. You have this amazing tool to help you lose weight, to help you get to a healthy weight, and to help, you have a support system here too to help you maintain your weight loss. Okay. So why did you get started? Everybody's reason is different. Did you do it to come off certain medications, to get your blood sugars under control, or to be able to go on a certain vacation or play with your grandkids without getting winded? What is what's your reason? So remember your why. Maybe write it down and put it somewhere you can see it even. And then I need a magical reset button. So this will have to do in the meantime, but reset your button, hit it, start this now. There is no perfect time. Okay. And remember, you can't change the past. You only have today to work with. Okay. So start today, maybe set 2 goals. 2 goals is pretty easy. Make one dietary, say, all right, I'm going to cut out those sodas I was drinking. And maybe one behavioral, I'm going to start yoga once a week or whatever it might be, but a more of a behavioral thing. That's just a couple of suggestions. So setting your goals, hit that reset button, get started today, and just try, you do your best. That's all you can do. Keep doing the next right thing. Okay? And if you get off track, life happens. It's just how quick and how soon can you get back on track. Okay. So hopefully that helps. Here is my email. You can email me at any time if you need help or need to talk more. So meredith.fusen-hill@prismhealth.org. Thanks for being on. Let me